tell us more about how the reverse mortgage works if you were actually going to purchase a home. That seems kind of counterintuitive.
Right. So in 2008, the Housing Recovery Act allowed HECM to do the purchase program. So it began in 2008. And the reason why is that there's many older adults, 62 and older, that do not want to deplete their savings, may not even have the savings, and they are able to make a one-time equity contribution similar to what's known as a down payment and purchase a home with the reverse mortgage. And that allows them never to have another mortgage payment for the rest of their lives. And so this addresses what I think FHA was wanting to have, a program that was sustainable for seniors.
So a sample case for this might be somebody lives in a large 2-story home, right? And they want to move into a single-story home as they're getting older.
Oh, yeah.
But they don't maybe qualify for a new mortgage payment, or they don't want to use all of their proceeds from the sale of their current home to buy the next one cash. They want to keep some reserves. In that case, they can
do a reverse.
So they would use what's similar to a down payment, a contribution you call it, and then the reverse mortgage would act as a regular purchase mortgage.
Right.
And like you said, they would not have a payment. Is it still non-recourse at that point?
Not recourse.
Okay.
Yeah. So they could live there for their entire life. You know, not everybody needs a program like this, but for the people that do, it's really helpful. Like Dan said, if you have a 2-story home and you cannot deal with the stairs anymore, I kind of understand that. I'm getting a little older myself, and you don't want to go up and down those stairs, and also maybe you don't need all those rooms or all that space anymore. So you're going to get a single-story home that will allow you to maybe a smaller home, single-story, and give you maybe a little bit easier lifestyle, as well as some freedom that you can maybe travel or do things that you like to do versus, taking care of the big house that you once had. And so there's a lot of benefits for a certain population of seniors that are downsizing and don't want the hassles.
And another great use that you had brought up earlier was, if someone is reaching a point in life where they need additional care. Right. Maybe they don't want to go into an assisted living home. Maybe they want someone to, give them in-home care, but
yes.
It's a very expensive thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. One of my recent customers that I worked with, her husband had passed away, was in memory care for a long time.
Okay.
And that was very, very expensive for the family. It got them into some financial trouble. They got themselves straightened out. But the mom now, without the husband, is being taken care of by 2 children that are adults and are very busy adults, and they're in the prime of their life. And they didn't have the time to meet all the needs that the mother had. So they have this beautiful home. And so they did a reverse, not a reverse purchase, but did a reverse so the mom could have the regular care that she needed, the in-home care that she needed, thereby not having a mortgage payment, freed up that money to have the mom be taken care of. Now, when we talk about reverse purchase, the same thing could happen, selling that home and taking that equity and starting in maybe a smaller home, single-story home. In this case that I'm talking about, it was a single-story home. It was just very big.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that's why this program was designed for sustainability, meaning that if you purchase a home that you think you can live in, that is better for you, the purchase reverse allows you to get in there. And like you said, maybe have more savings, more reserves to pay those expenses that, you need at that time. It is basically a program that really helps you when you need it.
Well, and that's one of the things that I love about it, having recent personal experience with family going into memory care, and several clients over the last couple of years with, selling their homes or downsizing their homes due to age or, just needing less space, wanting to free up some equity for other things, or also several people, putting, mothers and fathers who need additional care and do an assisted living home. It's, that was just the only choice they had. And so I really like these different possibilities this opens up for people to use their home equity for something that's really going to help other than just their home, right? Help their life and their family situation. So that's one of the reasons we wanted to talk about this today. I think this is, really just going to become an increasingly important, beneficial tool to, for people to use and to be aware of. Now, you mentioned that there are a few qualifications.
Yes.
You want to quickly go over those? So,
sure. Well, 62 is the minimum age to get a reverse, whether it's a purchase or you're refinancing into a reverse. And you have to be a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident, lawful, in the country. And then it must be owner occupied. This is not for investment properties, and you must receive that counseling. And they say must maintain property obligations, and we talked about that. That's paying your taxes on time, keeping homeowners policy, and keeping the property maintained. So those are like the 5 qualifications. But in addition to that, there's safeguards in place too. There's a financial assessment requirement, and they do, they don't look at like what we look at on a normal mortgage, which is like debt to income ratio. They look at, have you in your past paid your bills on time? And do you have some income like Social Security or pension to provide for your basic needs? So it's a test that they do, which is willingness and capacity. And most people that I've met do qualify for that. But as loan originators, right, as a loan officer, we make sure that this is the right option for you. Because if you can qualify with a conventional mortgage or get a regular home equity line of credit, you may not be interested in this product. It really is a product that is specific to the needs of older people that really don't want to have a mortgage because they need that opened up so they can live a better life with no mortgage.
So, and I think what I'm hearing you say is it's a specific product and is not for everybody.
Definitely not. It's a financial tool that is really designed to help the older people live a better life. And instead of paying, normally like we pay off our mortgage with an equity, HECM, we're taking back the equity, but we're also giving the freedom of no mortgage and a lifetime in that home.
Okay.
So my daughter, I have 3 children. My daughter used to work for a very expensive nursing facility. I guess that's not exactly what you call it. It's a residential place. It was like $20,000 or something a month to take care of these elderly people. Some have memory issues, some do not, but it's very, very expensive. So in my opinion, a reverse mortgage for the right family or for the right person is ideal.
Yeah,
it's a great financial tool because you can stay in your home. You're familiar with your home when you're older. You're familiar with your friends or your neighbors, and it gives you peace of mind and a lot of times. And that, to me, for someone aging, is worth so much.
Sure, absolutely.